No, wait. What are you doing here?
Wait, what am I doing here?
Alright, well that was weird. Wait, where's Trevor at? Trevor.
Sorry, I'm late. My bad. I'm sorry. I am so sorry.
Okay, well, I guess we can proceed. That was odd. Alright, well.
Week 6.
There you go. This is episode 6 of the weekly, we're not a television show. Weekly YouTube podcast, the Death Mountain podcast. Yeah. So essentially, this week, in the land of video game news, we've got some cool information regarding everybody's favorite shooter, Call of Duty.
And we've got Nintendo again. Because Nintendo's the new AMD for us, apparently. We're just going to talk about them every week, run them into the ground.
Every single week, because I want all of the news about Nintendo to be shared. But, so one of the cool things, so for Call of Duty, specifically, there's the game that's been out for quite a while now, Black Ops 3. They're actually going back a little bit regarding some of the zombies maps. It's a rumor, so it's still speculation, that sort of a thing. So nothing's official yet, but there's talk and rumors about them potentially bringing back some of the old zombies maps that everyone liked from before.
Yeah, new content. So it looks like instead of being a DLC pack, the rumors, we have 2 retail leaks on it. And they're saying that it's going to be a new bundle pack. So it might be like a re-release of Black Ops 3 with the Zombies bundle. It's called...
it looks like it was called Zombies Chronicles.
Yeah, Zombies Chronicles.
And so they would just include some of it was talking about including 8 of remastered maps from both World at War and Black Ops and Black Ops 2 to be on the PS4 and Xbox One versions of this game, which would be pretty cool for any people that actually wanted to revisit those maps on a console that would actually be able to handle them a little bit better.
Yeah, and Black Ops 3, of course, was, I believe it was the biggest out of the 3 Black Ops games. It was the most popular, the most well-liked, and it was a Treyarch game. And re-releasing Zombies, especially a Zombies bundle, is a huge move because Zombies has always been one of the pinnacle points of Call of Duty.
Especially the Treyarch ones.
Especially, yeah, World at War really...
Yeah, they drove
it was
that
a
point
staple.
home.
It was a staple that implemented zombies into future Call of Duty games, and
now
zombies,
they try to do like aliens and stuff like that.
Yeah,
zombies is still
zombies is a huge reason that Call of Duty is as popular as it is.
But yeah, hopefully that actually becomes true, because that would be awesome. And if that is the case, I'm going to buy that the day that it comes out.
Yeah,
and we're gonna play that for you. And you'll get to witness how bad I am at zombies, because I'm not that great at it.
Well, and even then, even just between us, the countless number of hours we've played, in the old house, we played zombies in the basement.
There was so much Black Ops Zombies.
Yeah.
We have a buddy that came over all the time, and we would try to play through zombie stuff, and we couldn't do a thing. He'd show up the whole thing, just run through it, and he'd get bored and quit, and we'd be like, okay, whatever.
Or he'd die.
Yeah, or he'd just be like, I'm gonna die now.
And then you'd have to go rescue him, and then you'd die.
So that's pretty cool. The other thing, going more to current, there's talk. It's actually announced.
Yeah, it's a formal announcement.
Yeah, of Call of Duty going back to World War II.
I like this move a lot.
No, I think it's awesome.
Middle school, for me, Call of Duty 2 was a staple of middle school gaming Trevor for me.
Yeah, no, it's fantastic. And it's kind of cool because it's like an answer to that whole Battlefield 1 sort of thing. We're going back to World War 1. Mm-hmm. Now we're going to get to see what Call of Duty does with World War 2, which is going to be a little bit cool, a little bit more futuristic weapons, stuff like that. Mm-hmm. But it sounds like they're going to try to copy Battlefield a little bit in some ways.
Yeah, you really have to wonder. I mean, because Call of Duty kind of started in that time period, of course a little earlier with World War 1. But are they really going back to their roots, or are they just copying Battlefield's move?
Yeah, that very well could be it. Trying to get in on the action of the sales that Battlefield 1 experienced, that sort of a thing. But we're also looking at like copying a little bit of like some of the gameplay. Like there's talk about them like making it to where like health doesn't regenerate. It used to be more of like a Call of Duty is just known for being a quick, fast-paced, two-bullet arcade shooter.
Yeah, there's a new damage structure, so now you won't regenerate health. So when you get shot, the only way that you're going to be able to heal is to go find in your squad the medic and have the medic heal you back up. It's going to work the same way with ammunition. If you run out of ammunition, you're going to have to have your squad mates help you out, give you more ammo. I'm sure you'll be able to pick up drops like you were in past Call of Duty
sort of
games.
like with Battlefield, like you have to have like the engineers and stuff like that be able to actually throw down ammo crates for you to pick up, medics, that sort of a thing.
Yeah.
So I actually kind of like, as long as they utilize it well, of course. But
well, it also looks like they're going to be trying to tell the broader spectrum story of World War II. Because, for the most part, you just hear the big stuff. You got Hitler, you got the U.S., Germany, Japan,
it is a
Italy.
Big bullet point war.
Yeah. So I've got a quote here from PC Gamer. So it says, other characters will include female resistance fighters, a soldier in an African-American unit, because, of course, in World War II, the U.S. military was still segregated at the time.
That's true.
A British officer, and even a child.
Whoa, okay, they're going to actually let children be in these shooter games now.
Yeah.
That's actually pretty cool, because for the most part, there's children in games like Fallout, Skyrim, and stuff like that, but they're pretty much useless.
I'm sure some people would see it as a bolder move, but you have to remember the classic Modern Warfare 2 airport shooting
scene.
Yeah, if they already whipped that one out, so
rip that airport.
Putting a child in this game,
boot up the game. Would you like to play this map in the airport? Yes. Get to the scene. Please mow down this entire airport. All right then, let's do it. Jeez, man, that'd be awesome if we went back to that. That'd be crazy. Just a more normal, new airport.
I am... Wait a minute, what?
Yeah, probably not. Bad idea.
I am
Bad
curious
ideas.
how they're going to implement a child into this, though.
I'm just interested in seeing how they're going to make it more of a diverse thing, because they had old Call of Duty like storylines, and they would actually build on each other. Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3, the whole soap story, so being a character, not actually like a bar of soap, for those of you who have not played Call of Duty. But I like soap.
We might get something like that here because
I miss soap.
Even with the there's a brief outline of what the campaign is. We've got a 19-year-old character, Ronald Red Daniels, and it appears he's the character you play in the game.
I like how they did the red.
And then he serves under two officers named Pearson and Turner, who apparently those two officers have conflicting philosophies about war.
Oh, cool.
So it's definitely something they could turn into a long-term storyline arc across multiple World War II games. And of course, it's World War II, so there's plenty of World War II that they could write a campaign
We also don't
into.
even know what Battlefield's going to do next. They could very well even have been looking into doing World War II, so Call of Duty tried to capitalize on that before they did.
Exactly.
But I want Call of Duty to cover World War I. You can ride horses. That'd be awesome. So we'll get some more information on that as we get more. This is pretty fresh news for the most part. Both Call of Duty things. So that's we'll see what happens with that. But that's gonna be pretty cool. Hopefully they'll continue that same strategy with like the same console, split screen, multiplayer, stuff like that. So hopefully they'll be able to keep that same feel that people like about Call of Duty without completely destroying the game, but progressing in ways.
Yeah, it's especially with the new way damage is dealt. That's going to be a huge game changer for Call of Duty because that basically completely has to change the way you play the game. Almost kind of similar to hardcore mode in Fallout 4.
Yeah, because it used to be like if you got like exactly, that's true.
Where like bullets have weight and like you actually have to pay attention to how you're playing. You have to be very, very liberal about being undercover.
People won't be able to just. Well, you could camp, I guess, if you wanted to. Yeah. But if you camp and run out of ammo, you're out of ammo. It's not going to be like this never-ending, just snipe somebody, run out and get the ammo.
It's going to change the way people play Call of Duty for sure, and I think it's going to frustrate a lot of people also. I think that might hurt them in this game.
It very well could. It could be very, very different. And if people don't like that, then it could very well end up helping EA with Battlefield.
Exactly.
Which a lot of people would like as well, because everyone likes Battlefield for the most part. So,
well, now for something completely different, we've got more news on the Switch. I believe the Switch just restocked in a bunch of stores.
Yeah.
And of course, just a couple days ago, Mario Kart 8 launched.
Yeah, and so they actually released, they put a bunch of the Switches back in stock, both with the red and blue Joy-Cons as well as the gray. And that was just as it was like a relaunch sort of with Mario Kart 8.
Yep.
That way they're not going to sell 1,000 copies of that game without a single console being sold as well. So ton of retailers, we're looking at Walmart, Best Buy, GameStop, all kinds of places like that. So if they still have some, definitely contact your local retailers, because they've definitely been getting more in stock for that launch. Probability of them still having any is getting slimmer and slimmer by the day. So definitely, if you are interested in still getting a Switch, get out there and check. Call your stores, go to the stores, do everything you need to.
Yeah. Now, in this Mario Kart 8 is Mario Kart 8, but it is a re-release. It's the deluxe edition of Mario Kart 8 that features battle mode, which I believe pulls from the original battle mode that was in Double Dash, if I remember correctly.
Yes, exactly, and which is kind of cool, because in Deluxe, because it is just a refresh of the Mario Kart 8 that was on the Wii U. It comes like with a lot of the characters already pre-unlocked as well, like Link, stuff like that. So you get to keep those characters in the new one, as well as they added that battle mode you were just talking about.
Yep.
Which is going to make it a lot more just like a well-rounded game. They're actually rating this game higher than the Wii U game. Which is kind of funny, because it's just a refresh of that game.
Well, it doesn't surprise me too much, because something like battle mode makes so much sense on a mobile console.
Oh, that, and it's just such a core, like, what Mario Kart is.
Yeah.
You think Mario Kart, you think A, racetrack, racing, and B, driving around aimlessly shooting each other with shells until the the balloons go away. Like, that is Mario Kart.
Exactly.
So it's kind of cool that they added that back to the game. And the other thing is, this is the first Nintendo console with like a relevant online network. So being able to play Mario Kart online with your friends is cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely awesome. And so we'll definitely get some footage out there for you guys of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. I actually purchased it day one, and so we'll definitely get some group footage of that if possible. If there's not going to be trademark issues, stuff like that, we'll definitely let you know. But we'll get that out there for you as well. Some information
We
on
can
the game.
invite Derek and I can beat him again.
Oh, yeah. No, that would be fantastic. Oh, that'd be the best.
I mean, the Switch has really killed it for Nintendo.
Super popular.
They reported their earnings for this year. Their earnings for this year are the highest they've been since 2011 when they released the Wii.
Yeah, which is unheard of. And the fact of the matter is this: the Wii came with the Wii Sports game, which was the most highest selling Nintendo game because it was bundled with a console. But these new Switch games are literally rivaling that in sales, and it's not even bundled with any games at all whatsoever. Breath of the Wild being a huge seller, Mario Kart 8's proving to be a pretty big seller so far.
Yeah.
And the fact that they can't keep the Switch in stock is already saying something.
Well, and even that, people are talking about the theory that Nintendo purposely shorts their releases. Now, Nintendo themselves only predicted about 2 million sales for the Wii U, and their actual sales were 2.74 million. So that's 740,000 consoles that they really didn't anticipate in their initial figures. In the next year, they're predicting they're going to sell 10 million more units, whereas actual analysts are predicting they're going to sell closer to 15 million units. So this supply shortage,
the demand is high.
Oh yeah, this supply shortage could very well carry out over the next year, depending on if they produce consoles based on their 10 million number.
I can totally see that happening too. Like we've covered it in past episodes as well. The NES Classic, potential of the SNES Classic. We've talked about amiibos, all those different things. Like they have a history of short releasing products. Like they don't have very many of them, that sort of a thing on launch. But it builds demand, it builds hype, it builds all that kind of stuff. Like everyone feels like they have to have a product now, just because it's out there.
Yeah.
I think it's genius.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I think it's one of the smartest moves that Nintendo could actually make, even though they're not getting as much sales up front. By generating that hype and that demand, they can sort of keep that hype going for a long time instead of just being like a one-time number.
Yeah, and keeping that hype going, they've actually announced their next fully mobile console, which is the new Nintendo 2DS XL.
Which is not to be compared to the Nintendo Switch. because it is going to be a completely separate unit.
Separate cartridges.
Playing the DS games.
Independent
still.
standalone. Yep.
Yeah, so it will not be competing with the Nintendo Switch in any way, shape, or form.
Mm-hmm. Now, from our pictures we have, it looks like the 3DS XL, the new 3DS XL. It's got that little C-pad on it.
Up in the top right of the base of the handheld, you'll get that little C nub on there.
It appears like it might be a hair smaller and a hair thinner. And of course it lacks the 3D feature.
Correct.
Now,
but still able to play all the 3DS games.
Yeah, you own a 3DS XL.
Correct.
And I own a 3DS XL. Do you use your 3D feature that much on it?
Honestly, I really don't. I think it's cool. I like having that feature. Games like Zelda, stuff like that. It's nice to have just to play around a little bit with it. But primarily in games like Smash Bros, competitive scene games, it's way more difficult to play that game real time when you're having that 3D imaging and it's following your eyes. If you're moving, it's moving.
I cannot play Smash in 3D.
So, yeah, exactly. And so I think most people are finding themselves not even using the 3D feature. So if they're able to cut the costs on this thing and still be able to play 3DS games on this 2DS, I honestly think that it's a smart move for the end of the DS life cycle.
Yeah, this is probably going to be the last DS console we see, especially with the Switch, especially if rumors about releasing a more portable Switch are going to come to fruition.
Which we talked about a little bit before.
Yeah,
we keep hearing more and more rumors on that as time keeps passing.
This might be the passing of the 3DS. And I mean, realistically, the DS, the 2DS XL is just a DS blown up.
It literally does. It looks like the original DS Lite, that sort of a thing that played original DS games. Plays 3DS games and it's a little bit bigger. So it's super cool to anyone that actually wants to play 3DS games without actually having a 3DS. So that'll be super cool. So I'm hoping we'll see some more information.
And then
on
the two colors we've got for it, the two colors they've officially announced, we've got black and blue and white and gold.
It's the dress fiasco all over again.
Which one is which?
What color is your DS? Will the world ever actually know? No, probably not. It's actually pretty cool looking. Definitely check out what these things look like. They're pretty sweet. They have that textured look to them. Pretty slick looking devices. I'm actually a fan of them.
Yeah.
Just being boring myself, I'd probably end up just going with the black. But then they threw color on there to force me to be classy. But no,
now when you take your DS out with you, you got to match your outfit to it.
Oh, there you go.
Use it as an accessory piece.
Yeah, I dress based on the DS that I'm carrying. But yeah, so I'm super excited to see what Nintendo does with this. Will they keep it in stock? That sort of a thing. Who really knows?
Yeah.
But definitely exciting. See what goes on with that. All right, guys. Thank you for checking out this week's edition of the Death Mountain Podcast. One weird thing.
I'm not Trevor.
Trevor's not doing so hot this week.
Trevor's sick right now.
Yeah, so he was not a part of this week on the Death Mountain Podcast. So we do miss him.
I filled in for him this week. I'm the guy that does all the video editing. So
yeah, so he stepped in. I think he did a pretty good job, if I do say so myself. So if you also thought so, please
like the video. One like equals one prayer for Trevor. Sad reacts only.
Sad. Anyways, one prayer. Okay. Anyways, also in other news, that toast video, that sucked.
I'm still in pain. Okay, yeah, real time. We filmed the toast video little over an hour ago, and then before the toast video, we had gone and gotten sandwiches because we were super hungry and we're waiting for the camera to charge. And so after the toast video, we ate those sandwiches as well.
Yes, we ate as much toast as we could in a matter of 5 minutes, and then pounded down sandwiches.
And I don't know about you, but I don't feel good.
No, I'm not doing so hot myself. So I mean, like I said before, we do not do this live. And so we did both of these videos back to back for you. So definitely let us know, even in this comment thread, what you thought about that video, or let us know in that video thread what you thought about this video.
Yeah, make sure to subscribe to the channel. We've got all the links to all of our social media down underneath the video. So go check us out: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat. Like us there, follow us there.
Still working on that website because I'm a slacker.
He's a slacker. Confirmed.
Yeah, I can't do the gun sounds.
I just do clicking.
Oh, okay, close enough. But yeah, so yeah, definitely, for sure. check us out on all social media. Let us know what you thought of the video, and we'll definitely see you next week.
Yeah, and if there's anything else you guys want us to talk about in this podcast, if there's some sort of gaming news you want us to talk about, hit us up with an article, send a message to us on any of our social medias. We'll pick it up.
Message me on Facebook. I need friends.
Yeah. And yeah, we'll pull it up, look it over, and bring it up in the podcast. Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, you stay classy, Spokane.